and so forth, but something like from the entire left side, literally like the outside goes numb and tingling, and then it goes in, and then the inside goes numb and tingling, and then it goes into the thumb, and blah 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 blah. So obviously there is something, you know, being disrupted right up here at the neck area and so forth and so on. But that's not even the point. The point is that I loved this guy, and that's so funny because the last 5 years we have gone through Neurologist because of certain things. You know, both between my mom and Ron, we have gone to a lot of different people, specifically to figure out what different issues are and so forth. And it's so interesting that this particular gentleman was so much like what my father used to be, that doctor that actually looks at the whole package, like really looking at things from a holistic perspective. So one of the things that really got me excited about him last week is the fact that besides helping me with some, you know, traditional medication too, he's also looked at things holistically. So I'm on vitamin B, I am on magnesium, I, you know, added to different things to make sure that it is allowing for my body to loosen up a little bit in all these circumstances and situations. But today, because I loved him last week, I said, you know what, doctor, can I have, you know, a second, third, or fifth opinion? And so we went over today with my husband about, you know, to make sure that everything is okay, what we're doing with him. And this guy was so incredible. First of all, he spent over an hour with us. I mean, how many doctors nowadays when, you know, spend over an hour with you? I mean, I think you could literally count it on your hand, on your one hand. That actually is. So, but the one thing that was interesting is because for doing all kinds of different testing, that was one of the saying was that it is better to have one bird in your hand than two birds in the bushes. And that was what he was just asking whether, you know, we could kind of like understand this whole concept, and we totally understood it, so it was great. But do we really understand that concept? And I was just wanting to share this with you today because so many times we are so into the next step, we are so into that next achievement, we are so into that next step in our, you know, in our promotion, or we are like we so don't seem to be feeling the gentleness, the beauty, the gratitude towards having that bird, quote unquote, maybe just the fact that you're alive in your hand. And so many times we don't appreciate that, just the fact that we exist, just the fact that we have, hi Leanne, just the fact that, and Marlisa, hi there, just the fact that we have the something. And for some of us, the something is just our existence. I mean, if you look at some of the developing countries and some of the third world countries, the only thing we have, and they have there, is they have their community, they have their existence. And it's so interesting that a lot of times they are so thankful and so grateful for the existence itself. They don't even actually care about anything else but that one thing they are so grateful for. And this also reminded me, what I learned today from my neurologist, is that it's also reminded me of the movie, the Gods, oh my God, what was it? You know, with the, oh God, that was such a good movie. Bushmans, with the Bushmans. The gods must have lost their mind. Help me out, guys. You know, when you're watching, you know what I'm talking about. So in that was that they had these Bushman villages, and they had their community, they had their togetherness, and they had the most simple lifestyle that you could have. But they were so, no, the gods must be crazy. That's what it was. Hey, good. I don't need memory medicine just yet. So it just reminded me of that when we don't have quote unquote anything, but we have everything, when we have our existence, when we have our ability to make a decision, when we have the ability to look at, like, you know, if you look at this, like, you know, you can look at this beautiful sunset, right? As the sun is going to be coming down soon, right? When you have the ability to just do that, why are we not totally 100% fulfilled, okay? And why can't we just enjoy that bird in our hand, because that is the bird in our hand, okay? And I'm not saying that don't want to reach more, because oh gosh knows that I really want to reach more. I want to impact not hundreds but thousands but millions of people. This is my dream, to impact, to create stuff, courses, teachings and everything for millions of people, so they can enjoy this beautiful life we have, no matter how much we suffer, quote unquote, or how much we are challenged in life. So yes, I have those plans, I have those desires, I have those things, but that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate what I have in my hands. And like what I have in my hands is now all of you watching, so many of you are responding back, and I've gotten yesterday again a beautiful, beautiful personal response back that was absolutely heartwarming, and making this whole thing that I'm doing every day, no matter what happens with me, being here for you, being here with you, make it worth it. But the point is that doesn't mean, like, if you want to achieve something, if you want that other bird in the bush, 2 or 3 or 5 of them, quote unquote, that doesn't mean that you can't have it. But trust me, if you appreciate what you have now, and you say something like, okay, hey Jason, hey Liz, if you say something like, I really love what I have right now, I am really grateful for what just use that word, something about that word, for me at least, it makes things so much more, like it just resonates with me. I really love what I have, I'm really grateful for what I have, and I am happy to look forward to the next step and to the next step, but that doesn't mean that I am not fully in love with this step. And what's going on right now with all the challenges in my life and so forth, I am very, very challenged. I am tired. I have moments where I really, could cry and stuff, but at the same time I'm thankful for that moment, because I know that there's a lesson in there towards my humanity. There's a lesson in there that I can share with all of you. There is going to be some reflection, there's going to be some revelation that I'm going to be able to write down, that I'm going to be able to work with, that I'm going to be able to share, okay? And those are the reasons why whatever we are in right now, ladies and gentlemen, whatever we are in right now, if you can just be grateful of and look for what is in there that's good, you can rebuild from there. And this is what we want to do. It's part of that resilience and rebuild that, by the way, we have now over I think we have over 140 members that just decided to join us within the last couple of weeks, and I am so excited in my group in Rock Your Resilience and Rebuild. It's going to be such a unique group and such an eclectic group with the same exact message that we have to become much more resilient, not allowing the winds to take us wherever they want to take us. We are going to be controlling where we're going to go, and to be able to rebuild. So what I learned today was fantastic, and this was a great reminder that a doctor can think holistically, yay, and not even a young doctor, he is in his mid-50s, so it's beautiful, right? Can think holistically, can look like maybe supplementation of certain kind of vitamins and certain kind of minerals are important in our bodies. It's not just taking another pill. There is a homeostasis in our body, so that is going out of balance. So just like with the electrolytes, I mean, Ron's blood pressure has been phenomenal for over a week now because of those electrolytes. So there is this homeostasis that gets kicked out of balance, and it doesn't necessarily require the medicine. Is medicine necessary sometimes? Yes, but you don't have to just do that. So I learned so much today from my neurologist. It was fantastic, besides the fact that he was a great guy. And Ron and I had a great laugh afterwards, because it's like, it was like he was drilled today, and it was fantastic in so many ways. But just wanted you all to know that that one little bird in your hand, which may or may not be just your simple, quote unquote, simple, like Okay, simple existence. One more quick thing. How is it a simple existence when I think 1 in every 30 trillion sperms get to become a human? I mean, the chances for you to be born is 1 in, I think, a trillion or 30 trillion. Don't quote me on this. I was never good at numbers, and that's why I never ask for my students to give me numbers. But the main thing is, it's a miracle. It's a crazy miracle. So how do we not appreciate that bird, quote unquote, of our own existence? And whenever you lose sight of it, just like I have, and many times, and we always will because we are humans, just think about that little thing, that your mere existence is the one thing that you should be grateful for to begin with. And then disassociate from the goals that you want to reach, okay? Disassociate from it emotionally in a way that it doesn't, doesn't hamper your abilities to reach it. But at the same time, also you can dream. Dreaming is amazing, okay? So these are the things I learned today. I'll get back to you tomorrow with what I learned tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. Have a great night, everyone. And thank you so much, Scott, Leanne Fuller, thank you so much for watching. And again, just send me your comments because I love your comments because that helps me serve you better. All right, everyone. See you on the other side. Bye.